Wow, wow, wee wow. Look at that. We are back for year 2. Maple, how you doing?
Looks like we're live and we're in the studio. Yes, we are back for year 2.
Oh
Hello,
my
everybody, and welcome
goodness.
to Something Social.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that we were able to make this happen again. After the first year, I was like, "Are we going to do this again?"
Well,
And we are.
well, yeah, last year was so much fun. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah. Also, last year, I will say I looked at some critiques online of our build, and it kind of made me feel bad because I was a big part of that build, but there was some critiques that I'll say it felt kind of empty. I'm hoping that what we're seeing now is a huge upgrade from last year.
It
Our
is.
build team worked really hard on this. If you can, I think it turned out phenomenally.
Yes, this build is a cyberpunk theme this year. So what's really cool is wait, how'd you get in here? Get out of here. Yes, so we have a cyberpunk theme build this year. It features the overmap, which is all like utopian and clean, and then if you go into the undercity, it's gonna have that dystopian and shady kind of theme. So definitely go into the caves map, check your mini map because the build team worked really, really hard to bring these cool themes together.
Yeah, all this stuff is built fairly quickly. I mean, you'd think that it would. I'm looking at this and I would think it takes more than just 2 weeks, but no, this is a 2 week process, and all of this gets done in that time.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about why we started this event again. We'll remind everyone why we started this. All right.
Okay.
So about maybe 2.5 years ago, this idea came from after I started making videos that we should have an event for more than just the musicians. Um, and 2 years go by, I meet Maple, and Maple's good at making connections, so he was able to get us to the right people to help us actually set this event up. And now, what's another good reason for why we did this event this year? This year specifically, what was our main focus?
The main focus would be something along the lines of bringing the mainstream pony fandom and the PonyTown side of the fandom together under one roof. Because there is a bit of a divide, believe it or not, between the two sides. If you go
Yeah,
to a convention, a lot of people know PonyTown, but a lot of people don't play PonyTown. And another thing is, a lot of people on PonyTown don't really interact or go with the main events. And we would like to encourage people to definitely give it a shot and try it out because at the end of the day, we're all here for the same reason.
yeah, we are. Love of this fandom. This fandom has been a huge part of my life. A lot of the people, like Maple saying, that play this game don't necessarily have any connections to the actual main part of the fandom, and vice versa. So
Yeah.
Maple and I have gone to 3 cons in the last year, and they have been a blast. We've met a lot of good people, and a lot of those good people we now have involved in this online event here, and some of them will be performing. Um, we can talk a little bit about what con life is
Sure.
for
If
those
you
who
want
haven't
to go
gone.
on in there.
Yeah, so for everyone who hasn't been to a convention that's here right now, this is the closest thing we have to an F.O.O.L con if you haven't been to one. So I I would highly recommend going to one. It's a completely different game. The face-to-face interactions you'll have with people, the friends you'll meet. I have people that I can leave my house and drive 20 minutes and go hang out with them. I didn't
Yes.
have that before, and now I do, and I really think that's because of the cons we go to.
Yeah, it's a great way to meet new friends and make connections. And like whenever you go to these cons and meet up with people, it's like you're going back to visit family, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's so much fun, like to
yeah.
meet people and hang out at these cons.
I mean, we were even at HarmonyCon. That was our first actual con that we stayed for the whole time. There were people hugging us when we walked in. I was like, I don't know who you are, but yeah, I'll hug you. But now it really does feel like they're family.
It is. It's really heartwarming to go to the cons and meet up with people.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolute favorite part.
we have so many stories now that are going to be brought up. I kind of want to talk about these interviews we have set up for you guys. So I know a lot of you guys are here for the music. All right. I just ask that you bear with us on a lot of these shorts and these clips that are going to be played, especially the interviews, because we want you guys to get to know these musicians better. So we got, oh man, I worked tirelessly on these interviews. There were 21 of them. We have 21 total interviews to play for you guys. That's a lot.
So if
And
people were wondering why Lynn wasn't posting any videos recently, there's your
yeah.
answer.
Yeah. I was staying up during my work shifts till like 1 in the morning. When everyone, I
Aw.
would wait for everyone at work to go to bed, and then I'd stay up and I'd work on these interviews just to make sure that we had them done. And even with all that, like I still barely finished them, but they got done. But yeah, like I just want I hope you guys keep an open mind when you're watching these interviews. I'm not begging you to pay attention, but there is some interesting talking points, and we want you to get to know these musicians a little bit better before they perform.
Yeah.
A lot of them are, like we said, there's a separation between PonyTown and the fandom itself. So a lot of these musicians, they don't play PonyTown often, but we talk to them about that too. We bring that up. Um, let's talk a little bit about who worked on this event itself, and let's give them some shout out. Let's give them some credit here, Maple. Let's
Shout out
start
to
with the
crew. Heck yeah.
yeah, let's start with the builders because that's the first thing we notice when we step in here.
Sure.
Okay. So this year we gave Gummy, our friend Gummy, the reins on the build. We really liked the part that she built for us last year. So we trusted Gummy with taking the reins and leading the build team to the success you see around. So let's go through their names. We have Gummy, Dottie, Beazle, this guy Sky, Dust Bunny, Lil B, Malibu, your TikToker, Videhart, Scissorbolt, Amber, Raspberry Cow. I'm on there for some reason. I did not touch this build, guys. This was all the build team. I did not touch this. Emeralus, Penelope, good person to work with there. Yeah, Penelope's got some experience on the build teams. Nari, Minty, Stellar Flare, Belle, another TikToker for you. Amelie Pie, Cosmic, Justin Hath, Doink, Golden Eclipse, Pocket, Moon, whatever. Kada, Danny Ballsub, YouTuber. Misty Shadows, it's simply Lil Dawn, Zebra, and Tempest. That is our build team. So
Heck yeah.
if you like what you see and you see one of those guys floating around, give them a thanks. They did a great job. I don't think I could have. Every time I stepped in here, I would look around. I'm like, I don't even know how I could help if you asked me
Even
to.
if you could, yeah. Like
Yeah,
it's such a cool build this year. We're
they're on a different level.
definitely this is like the most ambitious build I've ever seen for PonyTown. Like it's really impressive
Yeah,
what
I mean
has been placed down.
It's one of my favorite ones so far. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I'm a part of this, but like I really do like what everyone did here. You guys did a great job.
Yeah,
Um, let's
100%.
go to our art team. You got to appreciate the artists because the artists don't get as much love, in my opinion, as they should. We gave art lead this year to Scissorbolt. We really like what she's been doing. I've been friends with Scissorbolt for a few years now. I actually met her when I started TikToks, and she's been there with me and for me since then. So big shout out to Scissorbolt. And we have some repeat names. So a lot of these people actually did more than one thing. They built and they did art. So we got Dottie
Woo!
again, Nom, Arcane Misk, Meebles, Dust Bunny, Malibu, Hazardous Demons, Videheart, Alien Random Works, Onyx Mystic, Amber, Kata, Amaryllis, Nari, Stellar, Flare, Bobby Bushley, Puppy Shark, BB, Hawthorne, Gurr, Mooney, Tempest, It's Simply Dawn, and Demayanty Art. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, guys. That's some of the I mean, it's a theme. I've probably said this many times. I'm really bad with names, so that's something that if you guys are also bad with, you should practice while you're here. Because something social. I remember last year we said we want you all to socialize with each other, regardless if you speak the same language. I know we have some Russian speakers out there, some Chinese, some Spanish, and I don't speak any of them. So if any of you guys come up to me and you don't speak English, I'm still going to use Translate, and I'm going to try to respond to you because Translate's an
Yeah.
option, y'all. All right.
And we've of course got Niz.
Now for the performers list. Uh,
Oh yeah.
Now this list has a lot of people that don't play PonyTown on it, but me and Maple got to know very well at these IRL cons, and I'd say we've grown pretty close with a few of them. You'll probably see when the interviews play who we've become really close with just because you know it's kind of obvious we're just naturally more relaxed with them. But I don't think any of our interviews were like really stingy or bad. I think we all had good conversations with all of them.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Spin Scissor and Trey Husk. I'd say those two are the reason that me and Maple started going to cons.
Yeah, for sure. If it wasn't for Trey Husk and like just straight up selling me on the idea of going to HarmonyCon, I like none of that would have ever happened.
Yeah, those two are really good musicians. You're gonna hear Spin Scissor's voice, and it's unexplainable. I don't know. He's very talented, very talented. Zero
Absolutely
Chaotic.
phenomenal.
Zero Chaotic will be kicking us off. You're gonna see their interview play, and last year they performed, and we asked them to come back, and they were all for it.
Heck yeah.
AWOL, Pegasus, Grief for Pig, Whirlwind, our Dawn Seekers drummer,
Woo.
Silver, Melody Brony, another Dawn Seekers member. Unfortunately, Prince was busy, but we got just as good performers here with Melody and Whirlwind being a part of his team. Jensen Styles, Blue Intellect, Achieve Hunter comes back. Trancy Beat. We actually roomed with Trancy during HarmonyCon, so we got to know Trancy pretty well.
Yeah, same with Rec.
Yeah, and Rectifier. Yeah, those two, really good time. We had a good con together. Bolt the Super Pony. Now Bolt is a huge part of this fandom. They were a main reason for why Naham
Oh,
in Bolt's interview. Explain what Naham was in Bolt's interview, but
I think your mic's cutting
Dauntless
out there,
Dan.
buddy.
Oh, it is. Oh no.
Want to say that again?
Yeah, my bad. So Bolt the Super Pony, Dauntless Dan, Aventrix, Coog, our music lead.
Coog the
our music
lead.
This whole event, even last year, would not have happened without Coog.
100%.
They were the one that connected us with all of these musicians. So big.
You cut out again.
Coog, give them a thanks.
You cut out again.
They did a great job at making those connections for us to make this happen. Oh,
you cut out again.
Darn. Hold on. All right. Let's try this again.
Rose got the bad mic.
Yeah, I guess either that or the internet. It's all right. We might have a little hiccups during this event. It's all right. We move on. As long as we are all still having a good time. But yeah, Coog, great person. If you guys see Coog around, I'm sure they'll be glad to say hi to you.
Yeah.
Silvery Sky, DJ Soundbreaker, Nitro Gem, Rose Ace comes back. 12 Forever Free Brony, Inmate,
Yes.
Ever, Rescue, and Rectifier. That's a lot of names.
We got a lot of people. This is
Yeah,
really cool.
I wish you guys could see the organized chaos, I guess is what we'll call it, that goes on behind the scenes to make these things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody has like a schedule, everybody has like a time, everybody is on at a certain time. It's it's definitely not easy to get everybody scheduled in, but at the same time, we got it to work this year and like we're ready to roll. It
We
is going to
are.
be content full and jam packed with a bunch of entertaining acts.
Yep. Now we kind of discussed a little bit about doing this again next year, but the plans for that, same as this year. All the content. If you're a musician, if you're an artist, this was an open submission thing. We let anyone in our Discord server submit to be a part of this event if they would like to. So
And yeah,
let's give a little another little shout out to our Discord server here, Something Social. So if you
should post
guys
a
aren't a
link
part of
there.
our Discord, yeah, do we have a link anywhere?
We should get one of the mods out there. Do a /notify
Yeah.
and slap that invite code in there.
Yeah, so if you guys aren't in the Something Social Discord, hop on in. We have a good time in there. Like I'd say there's someone in there almost every night for people to talk to. So if you like to join VCs, talk PonyTown stuff, play video games, just talk about life or sit at your computer and experience life. There's usually someone in there for us
Yeah.
to jab with. Now, is there anything else you wanted to go over, Maple?
Let's see. Oh, we need to talk about our content team, don't we?
We do. Let me see if we can. I don't think I have that list. Oh no, I'm unprepared.
You don't have the content list?
I do not.
Oh, then. Yay! Thank you, Midnight. That's the Discord. All right, I have it here. Let me just pull it up.
Yeah, we got to go over the content creators. That's where I started. I'm sorry, content team. That's where I started. I can't forget about you guys. I started there, and now we're here. So let's pull them up really quick. I'll let you read it off, Maple, once you get it pulled up.
It's very difficult when people have their names different.
Yeah. We have a lot of new I'd say there's some new content creators that weren't around last year. They started in between last year and this year. And I don't think, even though I would say that I'm more well known than a lot of the people that make content now, I would definitely say that there are a lot of people who are way better at this than I could ever be already.
All right, I got them.
They put a lot of work into what they do, and you can see that they really have fun with what they do. All right, Maple, go ahead. Who's our content team?
So for our content team, we have DJ, we got Dama Art, we have Bobby Bushelli, we have Riptide, Bell, Amathea, Dream Pony Rider, Blue, Savannah, Sam, Scissorbolt, Nari, Tyson, Ilian Random Works, Raven Gale, Nom, Raspberry Cow, Psycho Mew, Cosmic, Amber, Act Bro, Stellar Flare, Onyx, Doink, Danny Ball Sub, Malibu, Sky, and we got Yulin,
Oh,
the head lead of all these interviews. Just crunching those hours, making every single
yes.
one of those little tiny things.
Oh, yes. Now, from that content list you just read, there's two I kind of want to give like a big shout out to because recently I've noticed the work that they've been putting in. Um, Savannah, I really like what Savannah's been doing. They've come up with many ideas that I haven't. And I've actually come to them for content advice before they've come to me. We've talked many times, and I just really wanted to say I appreciate everything Savannah's been doing to spread the PonyTown word online and get more people playing this game. As well as Malibu. Malibu, you've been a part of this for as long as I have, and you're one of the ones that doesn't care about viewers. You've never cared how much attention you've got for what you do. You just go to work and you have a good time doing it. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate Malibu for doing that as well. And then I guess I should do one more special thanks to Belle because I've seen the work Belle's been putting in recently too. And I really like Belle's content. So if you guys haven't heard of Belle or seen Belle, go check them out on TikTok. Oh, yeah. Niz is also with us. She's kind of our studio cat, if you will. So she'll be popping in and out of these interviews as well.
Niz
Now,
is like our mascot, if you will. Like Niz is just there to make everybody happy and just be fun.
yeah. Now I know
We
we
love Niz.
have we have a bit of time before the interview and music starts. Is there
We
anything else
do.
you wanted to go over really quick?
I don't know. What
No,
what could we talk about?
we don't have to force it.
No, we can just talk.
Yeah, or we can just chill for the next few minutes until this event kicks off.
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, we'll wrap this up here for now. Starting at 11, or is it 10:55? We'll have Zero Chaotix interview play, and then the music will start for you all.
Actually, let me check something real quick.
So, I hope that you guys appreciate all of the work that all the people we listed put in to make this happen, and we thank you all for coming.
Let me just check something real quick.
Oh, awkward pauses, never fun.
Oh, never mind. Okay, we're
We
all
we
good.
talked we talked about how we were nervous coming up here, even though we did this last year. So after we get talking a little bit, the nerves go away.
Me nervous? Nah.
All right. So we'll see you guys out there, and hope you have a good event. Again,
Or
thank you all for coming.
because we still have the stream here, if we want, we can actually go around and show off the map a little bit.
Oh,
Might as
I
well.
mean, why not? I mean, it's going to be a big convoy.
That'd be cool. Well, now people
Okay.
can know all the hotspots.
Okay. Yeah, you lead the way. I'm actually haven't had enough time to walk around this map yet. So
All right. So if we go down here, guys, there's this gigantic staircase that you have to go up to in order to gain access to the studio area because it's on top of a building. And then we have this lovely patio here. We have artwork from our art team.
yeah, that's something new that we didn't see last year. We can actually
Yeah.
put artwork into the build. It's really cool.
It's such a cool thing. So like our artists, not only are they making like promotional art and all that, they're actually making art and assets that we can use inside the game, which is really cool.
Yeah, very different from last year.
And a big shout out to Ponies at Dawn Limelight. A lot of our performers are part of the Ponies at Dawn team. And shout out to Exploding Pony Toast, the main lead for Ponies at Dawn, for giving us a nice shout out.
Hey,
And
look.
this is the main stage, everybody. This is where everything's going to be going down. Anyone who's going to be performing will be behind that booth there. So definitely keep an eye out on that. Let's see, where's a cool spot? And yeah, we have a lot of cool builds that we've been working on. We got like nice advertisements everywhere.
Ooh,
We have a nice mech store. If you want
this
to
is
get a
something
mech,
I
go and buy a
love
mech.
this. I saw this the other day and I was like, I really like what they did here. They put mechs on the yeah, that's really cool.
Got all these cool advertisements, billboards. It's just really, really impressive to see all this stuff coming to fruition. Like, wow, like look at all that.
Man,
We
you
got
could get lost in here.
yeah, totally. And we got a chessboard down there. Feel free to talk to one of our moderators, Penelope. She will happily. You see the pedals? Like she will play chess with you. You want to go do that? We got the trains that will take you to other parts of the map. So if you go to the one that has the open door here, you will then
Really
go to
unique,
certain spots.
really unique way of moving around the map there, having trains
Yeah.
instead of just doors.
So here we have the palace. So this is a cool build made by Justin.
Justin, our creator, our creative art building designer.
Yeah, if you ever see like a cool like stylized build, it's usually Justin that does that. He's
Yeah,
pretty active for majority of the events.
that guy can make anything out of anything. I don't know how he
It's
does it.
impressive. I don't know how he does it. All right, let's see what's down here. All right, we're heading down into the Undercity. Everybody, be careful. Oh, wait, this is way downstairs. Nice. All right. Let's see. Yeah, this is where you can do chess. This is like other stage. So if you find the other one to be too compact, too many people, you can definitely come down here and hang out. You got a nice garden area for you to just hang out with friends.
I know I get overstimulated.
Oh yeah. Oh, this map's so cool. And like if you have wings, you're able to fly down to those other little islands there and hang out. Really
Oh,
cool.
that's okay. So there's kind of parts of the map that only Pegasus can access, or
Yeah.
Alicorns. Okay,
Like
that's really
paths.
cool.
So here, let's go find the Undercity.
I'm
Where is it?
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Nope, never mind.
I
Don't
always
follow
usually just
me.
teleport there.
Yeah, I get lost, and this is crazy. Like,
I'm gonna go into that big old blimp. See what happens. Oh, it's just the party islands. Never mind. Uh, oh my goodness. Got me take the lead. Show us where to go.
Show us where to go.
We should have easier access to the Undercity.
Oh, we just needed to pay attention more, I guess.
No, I always teleported there. I'll let Gummy take the lead. Why are you running? She's just beelining it. Come on, that's not fun. Some of us are not flyers. I'm just going slow to let other people catch up. So you got to go that way. All right. I see you, Steuben. All right, so we head down here.
Oh, okay. If you missed the credits or missed any names, to the left over there are some boards that have all the names.
You just got to go in there. All right.
Okay, look at that.
To the
Oh my.
Undercity.
Oh my.
What?
This looks even
This
even
is the cool
crazier.
part of the map. Like if nice and shiny and utopian ain't your style, then heck, you can come on down here and live in the
this kind of
dystopian part of the city.
This kind of reminds me of you ever see Futurama? You remember how like there's New York and Old New York, and New York is built on top of Old New York.
Yeah,
That's what this reminds me of.
This is old New York. Yeah, you can buy some wares here. We're not responsible if you get, ripped off. So don't bring that up to us. Yeah, we got these cool little holographs that you can look at. There we got like another stage area. We got our pesky performers putting their graffiti all over the place. Those vandals. If you see this guy with a top hat, if you see him around anywhere, do contact local authorities ASAP because
Yeah,
he's highly wanted.
we've been looking for this person for months now. We can't find
Yeah.
him.
He looks a lot like one of our performers, Spin Scissor, but it's not Spin Scissor, so I've been told. And we have this lovely memorial for a fallen friend. We have this cool shack over here. This place is so cool. We got like nice art that you can look at.
Can you go in it? You
Yeah,
can.
you can.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, welcome to the chop shop.
Wow.
Also, it is canon that there are multiple maples. This is how the maples have been made. Mind
You're
you, I
telling
am the
me
alpha
that
maple.
you might be a clone.
No, I'm real. I can tell you that for sure.
We'll see. That's what a clone would say.
I'm just as stupid as my clones, that's for sure. Oh my. But no, like this map is like we purposely made the map to be like something that you can explore and check out. There's a lot of little hidden details on the map that you can interact with and Easter eggs. So definitely keep your eye out for the little things.
Yeah,
Like
we know the
maybe looking a doorway, you might be able to see a silhouette of a certain person. Who knows?
yeah,
Or someone locked in a
we
cabinet.
know the map is one of the biggest parts of these events because it's something different. You guys are usually on the main server, and as beautiful as the main server is, sometimes it's nice to just be somewhere different.
Oh yeah, and you can find some Easter eggs in here too. Ignore what's going on in the pot on the top that's being cooked. Nothing serious is happening there. Don't worry about that. Yeah, let's see. And then we can go up here. There's like a couple of other builds there, and then we got the social. This is the social. So this is a nice little area. Well, we're right in the area. Everyone's freaking out now.
Okay, this would be my chill spot right
But yeah,
here.
this is if you want to hang out and chill, this is your area. You can just meet friends in here, have like a couple of in-game drinks and snacks, and hang out. This is the spot, ladies and gentlemen. Such a cool build. And then there's an escalator that goes up here. Oh, whoops. If you keep walking, it'll kick you back up. But yeah, you got like the patio access, which is really nice.
Man, so much thought went into this. My brain can't comprehend it.
We got art by the one and only Page. Give that bar vibe. And then we have like the upper part that you can gain access to with the ladder. And what's this, everybody? What's this? Is this the
Oh,
maze?
is this a maze? I think we just trapped
So
ourselves.
if you want to, oh no,
No, you can walk right out.
no, you can get out. It's fine. But like, if you want to go do the maze and win a prize at the end, definitely check this out. I highly encourage it.
Yeah, it's like a common tradition for
Yeah,
PonyTown
let's check
events
this
to
out.
have a maze that in there. And one of the games, I guess it's a game between all the builders to make the most difficult maze they can for you
Now
guys
we're
to
back here.
have to create or get your way through.
Well, I hope everybody has wings.
Oh, I have wings.
Stupid, you don't have wings. You're an earth pony. What do you do? Yeah, like so we highly encourage everybody here to just explore the map because it's been like a lot of blood, sweat, and tears have been put in this, that's for sure. Like the amount of time and effort in this map is insane. It's super cool. Like I could find myself exploring this for hours. Like it's just impressive. Like every time I've logged on and saw something, Yeah, this map's so cool. Oh my god. Actually want to check this place out real quick. Yeah, all these mechs by Beazle, like these are so neat. We got like Stellar Flare's like little shop here. Like that's really cool. It's all so detailed. Got like the holograms going. That's so awesome. Get the plushie store. You can buy all your plushies. Oops. All right, let's get back to that studio. I'm gonna fly up here.
Yeah, we'll cheat.
Back home.
Back home. Yeah, so last year we noticed that our studio was circled a lot whenever we were going live.
Yeah, it was.
Stupid.
Stupid, you're allowed in here if you want.
Yeah,
you hang out on the couch.
So for those who like to sit outside the studio when we do our lives during this event, it's going to be on the roof of this building over here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Whoops. I pushed the button.
Anything else like we need to bring up?
Oh no, I was just showing off the map. If there's anything else that you want to show off.
No, I think we're good.
All right, guys. Stay tuned for our first performer, Zero Chaotic. He's going to be starting in, let's see. Let's get the schedule up here. It's going to be in 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Check your DMs. What? Burst, how you doing?
Maple got yelled at.
Oh, our server. We have a lot of people joining our Discord, so our auto mod's freaking out. That's hilarious. Understandable though.
Good work, guys.
We kind of have this right here in the corner, which is really nice to see.
Good work, everyone. You broke the Discord server.
Yeah, we did it too good.
Yep. All right. Yep. We'll wrap this up here.
We'll wrap it up and go fix that alert.
Yeah,
but no, guys, definitely keep an eye out for our performers. Join the Discord and be notified when our performers are going to be going live. And yeah, have fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Welcome to our new and improved studio, because you were here last year. We got a bit of a renovation.
How you been, man?
I've been doing good. I've been making a lot of progress in the fields I have never tried. I improved my relationships a lot of new friends and a lot of old friends. My girlfriend. It's been difficult to me in general. The relationships with people helping a lot.
How long have you and your girlfriend been together?
More than 4 years for now.
You should probably propose.
I should, but I can't.
What's stopping you?
The current situation that I'm in is stopping me from that.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You said before we started this, there were some talking points that you wanted to be sure that you brought up. Is there anything like that you wanted to talk about right now?
I remember that in the past year, I said that I eventually worked for my father. He just recorded wedding videos and all that stuff.
Oh,
and
right.
He recorded them, then edited them, and he was in a need of music. I found that one video, it was called My Cadence. It was so fitting. I tried to dive in and pretty much ended into the fandom. I never watched the series.
It's interesting that you found it through looking for wedding music. And you found pony music via wedding music. So that's something we haven't really heard before.
And then I ended up with some really gore and bloody stuff like rainbow factories and so on.
Yeah, this fandom's so strong that you don't even need to watch the show to be a part of it.
It's the same idea with something like Bluey. Like, it's a show that's meant for kids, but adults are able to watch it and like it.
You fucks with Bluey at all, Zero?
What is this? I'm sorry.
You don't know what Bluey is? Oh, no.
That's
No.
okay.
I relate Bluey to MLP a bit because, yeah, it's meant for kids. It's childish. But when you're an adult watching it, it's like watching a whole different show. I can tell that kids are watching and they're seeing something different than what adults are seeing. Adults are like tearing up watching this show while the kids are like, Bluey, yeah, I love Bluey.
Yeah, like, the kids will put themselves in the shoes of Bluey, right? And like when Bluey goes through like her problems and stuff like that, and like things that she needs to overcome, the kids can identify with that. But like when the adults step in, like Bandit, for example, like the adults can like put themselves in his shoes, and they can like identify and relate with him.
The kids are cheering, having a good time watching Bluey. Meanwhile, mom and dad are in the background crying because
like,
there's just like a huge life lesson on screen, and the kids are just blind to it.
Not every kid is blind to it, but I get what you're saying.
What I'm more talking about is like there'll be a vasectomy joke on screen, but it goes right over the kids' heads, and the parents get to laugh at it. One of them is like one of the adults can't have kids, and the kids just don't understand, but the adults are like crying.
Like, that's
they're like all
heartbreaking.
sad. Yeah, it's so sad, but like as a kid you don't understand what's happening. They're trying to teach the kids like how to be thoughtful of that kind of thing without that, even though they don't know exactly what's happening, while
Yeah,
the
you
adults
just
are
gotta
like,
be
oh my
respectful.
god, this is so sad.
Oh, that's a serious topic.
It's a very serious topic that they can somehow still make okay for a kid show. It's
Yeah.
really good. Like they're really good at doing that.
Not everything that looks like a kid show is actually a kid show. I know that a lot of movies, a lot of shows, a lot of even if it's music, you can just listen to one music in like childhood, and then later
Yes.
find different senses, different like meanings in these words in the same like music that you were listening to 10 years ago, and you will look at it with different eyes and say, what the heck am I watching? What the heck am I listening to?
There's one movie I've talked about it a few times now. The movie that does that the best is the Goofy movie. As a kid, when you watch it, you're watching it through Max's perspective, his son. And you're like, man, I get Max so much. I don't want to miss a party and go on a camping trip with my dad. Like, this sucks. Like, screw you, Goofy. But then you watch it again as an adult and you're like, damn, Goofy just wants to spend time with his son before he grows up. And it's just like, I love shows that can do that and movies that can do that.
Yeah.
We got a little off topic here. I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
No.
good talk.
It's okay. It's all right.
000.
Yes.
Do you have any projects you're working on right now that you want to talk about?
Right now, my main focus is something social. Obviously, I mixed some music, which is just a little bit of the work that I did. I made the 3D model from scratch. Thank you, Arcane Mist, for your art. I did rigging of that model so it moves, and you will see it later. I was working on disassembling it and then assembling it for the intro. So I really hope you like it.
I want everyone to just slow down for a second and look around. Look at the screen. Everything that's happening. There's all these people that put a lot of work into, and like just think about like the amount of time and effort it takes to do those things. So like when Zero's like he's talking about this 3D model that's going to be shown on the screen when he's performing. Just like look at that and think like what it took to make that. The things that you wouldn't think that like take all this effort, they do. So
yeah, they do. I didn't want them to be AI generated or anything. I always want the full control on what I do. I just want to express myself with it. I never ever learned the 3D modeling. I had to learn it from scratch and make it for something social for 3 months. Like every day, I just got up and opened my laptop and tried to figure out something interesting with that. If you look around, take a look at the Neon Heights. This is also an insane amount of work of an insane amount of people. And
Heck yeah,
I'm
they do.
really grateful for that. Thank you.
yeah, I mean, I must say the build isn't even done yet when at the time that we're recording this interview. And from what I'm looking at, like they did this in what, a week and a half. Shout out to Gummy. I will say, the first year I was more involved with building, but this year I backed up. I don't have the time. They're doing great without us, but it's okay. Me and Maple still get to take all the credit.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just joking. I'm just
That's
joking.
awful.
Yeah, I did all of this, guys.
You see
Let me
that?
tell
I
you.
did that.
Single-handedly. No, I didn't touch this build. None of this. Me and Maple are chairs. We didn't touch this build. This is all the work of our build team. Good job, guys.
What I also remember, you asked me, how did I find the PonyTown? But it got cut, so okay.
I won't cut it this time. All right. Lynn, you're editing this right now, Lynn. You have to put this in, Lynn. Don't cut this, Lynn.
Yeah,
all right,
Lynn.
We're good. All right. Don't cut this, future me. All right. Go ahead.
The YouTuber, I guess his name is Teo Rafa J. His series of Rainbow Factory. For me, it was something out of this world. I found a YouTuber, and here we are. I really wish for the animators to make more of that stuff.
I would love to be a part of one of those, but I saw one of their animations on TikTok, and I messaged them. I was like, yo, this is really cool. They're 6.5K subscribers away from a YouTube play button. So anyone watching right now, go subscribe to Teo Rafa. Get them that YouTube play button.
Heck yeah.
They're almost there. They'll be the first PonyTown creator to get a YouTube play button. We need PonyTown to have a YouTube play button in there. Like, someone needs a YouTube play button just from PonyTown, and Teo Rafa's the closest.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Well, let's be honest. It wouldn't be where we are today if not for the art team. Arcane Misk, the works of Scissor Bolt, the works of Dust Bunny, and lots of other people. They are just amazing. Scissor
Bolt, I've been friends with her for many years now. She's been there with me since the beginning, and I've seen her art since the beginning grow. Like she's probably the only one that was there when I started my TikTok and is still there now, that I've been friends with the whole time. And she does not get the views. She doesn't get all the attention, and she doesn't care either. And she's been that way since I've known her. She just loves doing what she does. There's only 2 people that we have met in this fandom that the fandom has become their primary source of income, and they are living and thriving off of it. It does not happen for many.
When you're looking at the counters and you're aiming for the profits, everything that had to be creative and had to express yourself, it starts to look like a product. It starts to look like something commercial that you would never, ever really like to listen to by yourself.
The people that I know who make their money, they're living off of this fandom and creating. If you think their lives are great compared to yours, if you think their life's perfect and they're making so much money that they have no worries but to just have fun, you're wrong. It's very rare that you find someone who is actually profiting off of this fandom, happy and, go lucky fun time all the time. I don't have the confidence and willpower to live that way. As cool as it looks and as great as these people make it look online, it's not all fun and games.
I'm not just going to make a video just for the sake of making a video. Like, I want to have fun doing it.
Mick Gordon once said, the best part of my job is that it is 5 meters from my bed. But the worst part of my job is that it is 5 meters from my bed. So that's absolutely true.
So Zero, you are kicking us off on this event.
Yeah.
You're about to go on, and I wish you luck out there. Thank you for everything we just talked about. That was awesome.
Thank you too. I really wish we could hang together more often, I'd say.
The Something Social Discord is open for everyone to join. Zero, that's where we usually hang out. You're free to join us as well. If you guys want to meet with Zero, we'll be in there. When we are, you'll see us in there. But I hope everyone has a good event.
Welcome to Neon Heights.
Welcome to Neon Heights.
Let's get this show on the road.
Welcome to Neon Heights. My name is Zero Chaotic, and right now we will take a look at a distant future we all may live in. It's not the one we would love, but maybe the one we deserve. The world of cyberpunk. High tech, low life, and no future. How it sounds like, how it looks like, how it feels like. You are experiencing the video projection of Zero MELFM, an impossible braindance station. Starting with Kenji Kawai, making of Cyborg, a widely known classic from Ghost in the Shell anime, followed by Varien Blood Hunter.
minute there, we were hanging on for dear life. For a minute there, saw the world collapse in real time. Now we're centerfold, thrown into the spotlight. We've been through hell since then, I know. We held our hands till embers glow. They glow. I'd like to welcome you to the end of the fight we thought we could
This was The End Game by Zomboy. We'd like to welcome you to the end, but will it really happen or not? According to Max Brhon, it's all about humanity.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
F.O.O.L took us to the action game for a while, but dealing damage always gets a response. Boom Kitty says straight, don't be surprised when the darkness takes me.
You can wish this away.
We are back to some much more aggressive and electronic vibes, starting with Xilent Code Blood. You know where this is going. Let the music run through your blood.
Through your blood, stream through your veins, beat to your soul. Let it run through your blood, stream through your veins, beat to your soul. Through your blood, stream through your veins, beat to your soul.
Jaroslav, Beck and Tokyo Machine show that the way to a better land is right here. It's time to lift off with Far Out. Xilent is surely warming up the world with Interluden. Let's hear what the Schwank has to offer. So cheap and sounds unique? Take my money. Next up is Fairy by Geoxor, followed by Try by Mitis and Rory. Two really great tracks with great maps. I love them very much and hope you will enjoy them as well.
My feet are aching, and your back is pretty tired. And we've drunk a couple bottles, babe, and set our grief aside. The papers say it's doomsday. The button has been pressed. We're gonna nuke each other up, boys, till old Satan stands impressed. And here it is, our final night alive, as the earth burns to the ground. Oh boy, it's you that I ride with, as the put your finest suit on, I paint my fingernails. Oh, we're going out in style, babe, and everything's been so. We creep up on extinction, I pull your arms right in. I'll weep and say goodnight, love, while my organs pack it in. And here it is, our final night alive. And as the earth burns to the ground, oh boy, it's you that I ride with, as the
Even if we try, it might be too late to go back. Your final night alive, what would it be like? Personally, I want to experience as much as I can before the time comes. Next one is Someone Else's Head by David Maxim Michik. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's fitness time. Get yourself ready, we are following the Jaroslav Beck's exercise.
Everyone step to the left. Now to the right. Step to the left. Everyone step to the right. Now to the left. Now to the right. Now to the left. Everyone step to the left. Everyone step to the right. Everyone step to the left. Now to the left. Now to the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right. Now to the right.
Leslie Wayne knows how to use simple paradigm to make good music. But there is no way the final boss is in the middle of our stream, so it's time to rise with Xilent again.
the club goes.
In the Club of Silent Room, we are going to go back to the origins, so put it together and don't let your mind go. Maybe feelings always make you go down. Xilent calls you to come back from the shadows. Will you respond to his call?
Come out of the shadows. Just come out of the shadows. Come out of the shadows. Just come out.
Omar Varela meets you here in the deep shadows in the scary hour, followed by Lucy, the god of time. This has been Zero Chaotic, and we'll see you all at the second part of my Something Social performance here at the Neon Heights. Meet you again at 0MELFM, an impossible braindance station.
My phone is by my side when I wake up. Your picture there on the screen. Another night down, 71 to go till you're with me. By days and by miles, we're so far apart. But despite all the distance, you're holding my heart. I don't care what they say, the future is ours. From here it only gets better and better. I'll count the minutes and the seconds and the hours until the next time we can be together. They ask why we do this to ourselves, and our answer's always the same. The truth is that it's tough and yeah.